Gigi the Gadget Goddess, and the gang is all here. We have everything that I've somewhat been using here and there. We have the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. We have the Huawei Mate 20X. The Palm Companion Phone. The iPhone 11 Pro Max, and the newest addition to the bunch, the Black Shark 3 Pro. Somebody has to go. You know, I've been waiting. I stayed up all night on May the 8th waiting for this release, and it didn't happen. What I did was I logged on to Wonder Mobile. Wonder Mobile currently has the Xiaomi Black Shark 3 Pro 5G, 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs, dual SIM, Chinese version with Play Store and Google services already installed for $822.01. Now, if you want to overnight this, it's another $30 and you get it in 2 to 3 days. If you want the big boy, which is the Xiaomi Black Shark 3 Pro 5G, 12 gigs of RAM, 256 gigs of storage, dual SIM, it is $916. Both of those versions are in silver. The only limitations I'm seeing so far are not being able to install launchers. So if you're a big Nova launch person, which I've heard a lot of people mention, you probably don't want to go this route. You want to wait until the rumor is now the 20th, which isn't too many days away at the time of me recording this, and I'm trying to release it before the Black Shark Global is released. But you'll just have a few days, or if you're watching it after the global release. One of the things I really want to do, and I've been trying to do for a couple years now, is to replace the Mate 20X, which has been quite a task. I haven't been able to find a phone that had the same size. Still, the Mate 20X is wider. But they're the same height. It is heavier. It's a much thicker phone. And a fingerprint magnet. A lot of people haven't used import phone, right? All right, let's go through some settings on this import for everybody who's never used the import. We're almost there, people. Wallpapers. You can pick a picture. What I did is I had some here. There's some dynamic ones, and I just went and picked something simple because I thought that was really sharky looking, like you're waiting for the shark to come. It's the middle of the night, and it's still animated, so it's not too over the top. You got the sky and you got the water. I love water. So there we have that. That's why I went with that one. A previously used wallpaper was this one. I enjoyed it, but it was a little extra, I thought. That's the one I'm using now, and that's my lock screen. So I do like the video wallpapers, but you can also go back and use other wallpapers. Themes are fun because you can find a lot of them free. I have combined themes to make one theme that I like. As you'll see, different parts of these themes throughout my whole phone, which I do like about a lot of imports. You don't have to just say one theme is my phone. So I'm back on my home screen. I'm gonna click themes, and this shows where you can retrieve themes and whatnot. You could have gone through the settings way, but for me to adjust mine, I have to be in the themes app, right? So here I am on the themes app. I want a custom theme. And so here we go. Like my lock style. See, default is the current. That's the black shark. For my status bar, I have the little piggy. For my icons, I have the dark mode. For my messaging, that's more along the black shark theme or the matrix, depending on how you look at it. Dial pad, which one did I pick? I'll pick this one. I can't tell you why, but I thought it was pretty. Favorites tray. What would I pick? Oh, color dark. Boot animation. I'm with the regular black shark theme. And boot audio, I don't have anything on there. So that's how you adjust themes. Performance master. This is battery life and all this other good stuff. And you know, if you're on Wi-Fi, it shows you how fast your Wi-Fi is, when it speeds up, slows down, all that good stuff. Okay, I'm not going to wait for all that. This is good if you want to play around with different features. I like to optimize my phone every now and again. 4 items are sucking me dry, so I'm not using any of these, so yeah, that gives me 11 minutes of my time back. Did you see that? Sound and vibration. There's some really neat stuff in here as far as I do have personalized alerts, but if you set an alarm, you can have it so when you wake up in the morning, and not only does the alarm go off, but the weather comes up on the home screen. So, and the music has a theme of however the weather is as well. So it's like a couple of different sounds. You have nature alarms too. So if you like listening to like the ocean and different things when you wake up, birds chirping and things like that. Sound, do not disturb. I got that turned off for silent and do not disturb. After a certain time period, though, my phone goes into do not disturb at night every night. You can program that in as well. But that's, you know, these are kind of settings that I've had on phones, on imports for a while. Videos, like when the phone rings, you can have video ringtones for profiles or whatever. Home screen, system launcher with app drawer. That was one of the first things you want to do, unless you want all your icons on the screen like an iPhone, but I like app drawer. Swipe down for notifications. I swipe up for my app drawer. There's different little things where, you know, if you uninstall apps, it'll leave a blank space unless you click buttons to tell it to fill those spaces. Permissions. These are auto start apps that I have that auto start that should not cut off. These are all the apps that have permissions and what permissions they have. USB, I have nothing there. App lock, I do not use at all, but you can set passwords up for whatever apps you want to have passwords. So if somebody picks up your phone and somehow gets into it, they won't be able to get into the app without having a password. The system can retrieve an app that I've uninstalled. So those are apps that I've uninstalled that the system can go pick them back up if I want them to. Full screen display, which is with your gestures versus the buttons at the bottom. I'm so into Android 10 and using my iPhone, I don't like to have to change between the two. Gestures, yeah, so all that's covered there. Here's shortcut buttons. I think the only thing I use is a screenshot, which is 3 fingers down. Everything else I kind of default to Quick Ball. Quick Ball is a nice little nifty app that allows you to take shortcuts and put them in this little ball on the edge of the screen. I tap the edge of the screen and the ball pops out. And then all the apps I've selected pop up here. So you have Messenger, Twitter, Swarm, Play Store, and SoundHound, which you pick whatever apps you want. So we have light. Light is directly affected to this light back here. See that? See how it's lighting up? Alright, so incoming calls. I just have it to where it just pulsates in different lights. And it's only those 3 lights right there. It's not too obnoxious. If I'm on a call, and like somebody would have to be behind me to see this, then this is again something I've programmed. So let's see what we can do for a notice. Let's do something colorful and creative. I don't know if I like that one. Colorful streamer. Charge is what? Okay, charge is green. I have screen on disabled. So I don't have this necessarily light up just for no reason whatsoever. It's got to either have a message pending or something like that. And you can make up your own. Sorry. You can make up your own sound effect, like play music when you're playing music. And I have turned on do not disturb mode to where during these hours of alright, whatever, between that hour and 7, and no light is gonna be doing anything. Intelligent charging, which I think is a great feature. So when smart charging is turned on, the charger speed will be appropriately limited to where the temperature of the phone seems too hot. In developer options, the only thing I use is, like I said, to turn down the speed for animations. And this really important one down at the bottom, which is turn on MIUI optimization. I have that turned off. Why? Because that focuses on that aggressive battery life that keeps you from getting the notifications that I was not getting. I love this phone so far. Other than it being a fingerprint magnet, which we knew that was going to be a factor. I got a clear carbon fiber skin to go over this area that seems to get the most fingerprints. I have a clear case coming from this for this device because I don't know why they thought a black case for this phone would be okay. I mean, it's cool to have a black case, but it should have came with a clear one. So I have a clear one. I also have a gray one coming. I can't put launchers on it, which I'm not really mad at the launcher that comes on the phone. So that's fine. That works. No streaming services. So if you're getting this to be your streaming device for let's say Netflix, let's say Disney Plus, let's say that's another one, Apple TV, I am not streaming anything on this phone. Nothing whatsoever. So hey, at the end of the day, either this is the phone for you or it's not. The global version may or may not come with streaming services. I'm unsure. But this Chinese variant, no. So those things, along with my alerts and notifications being the biggest pain in my rear end for any phone I've ever owned, were my cons. And you might say, that's enough for me. I don't even have to watch any more of this video. Stick with me now. Some of my favorite things about this phone. Okay, y'all are gonna say 90 hertz display. I don't really care unless I'm playing a game whether the 90 hertz display is kicked in. They're saying the OLED panel has a 240 hertz touch sampling rate with a low latency of 24 milliseconds. Okay, for all you geeks, you tell me what that means. It's going to be better for gaming. That's what that means. So, if you play a lot of games, which, again, in testing this phone, I had a couple of focuses, and gaming wasn't one of them because I have no concerns about a gaming phone being able to game. Like, I haven't seen anybody say, oh my god, the Black Shark is failing at gaming. All the reviews you're going to see on YouTube are about how well this phone games. I'm giving you the perspective of somebody who wants to buy a phone that's a gaming phone, but they don't want to game with it. So that's me. I'm giving you the odd perspective. I know a couple people were talking about their LG V60 is having this nice little feature. My Mate 30 Pro had an app that I had to install to get this feature on, but it comes on default on this phone to where I have different settings for when my alerts come in, that I can actually have the corners of the screen light up like that. So I have a smartwatch, so I don't have a need for always on display. Notifications come when the lock screen is off, and yes, I have it to show an animation. So I can have starlight, I can have a pulse, I can have rhythm, and I can just light up the screen, which I'm not crazy about that. I'm enjoying starlight right now. Now, if I could customize the colors, it'd be even better. I think this was a great device. It is a great device. It checks off the majority of my boxes. I don't mind tinkering and playing with devices to get them to work the way I need them to work. That being said, this phone is not for somebody. It's not for you to recommend to somebody who's not a techie. All my techie friends that come by and watch my videos and they say, hey, I'm gonna rock with that P40 Pro, or I'm gonna rock with the Mate 30 and I'm gonna put Google Play services on it. Fine, this is the phone for you, but you're not going to put Google Play services on it if you get it from Wonder Mobile. You will have to tinker around with it to get your alerts to come through to the phone. That being said, links in the description for I think it's 3 or 4 links I'm going to stick down here. I went through all 5 steps. I think all 5 steps are covered in all the links that I'm going to attach, including enabling developer mode, so that you can check a box there to remove some of the aggressive battery saving tactics that Xiaomi puts into their devices. Yes, it's a Black Shark, but it's a Xiaomi. Xiaomi makes the Black Shark line. I have speakers here and here. Front facing speakers. Guess what else I have? That's a headphone jack. So all you headphone jack users, you want to plug in? There you have it. You have a headphone jack. And there's a screen protector installed. Although I've ordered a matte one because, you know, I'm a matte kind of girl. This is coming from a non-gamer who plays very few games, who likes gaming phones, and thought the only thing they were missing were cameras. Will the ROG 3 impress me and make me want it? Not if it's not 7 inches at least. So what's your question? How are the cameras, Kimmy? You're so hard on every other company and Huawei is the best. Huawei takes great pictures. But again, I upgraded my Huawei once since the Mate 20X, and then I sold that phone. This phone has great cameras. I'm gonna add some camera footage to this video. I got outdoor. I got close up. And I have portrait mode. I was very impressed with portrait mode on this phone. I got slow motion. It's a gaming phone. I haven't shown you any gaming stuff. Let's breeze through something right quick. One of my favorite games is Final Fantasy, right? So if you want to open the Gamer Studio, or you probably heard, I don't know if you heard, the triggers popped out by themselves. For the Gaming Studio, you pull from the corner. See if I can get that to work. Pull from the corner. Tap to start. So here's your, let's see, let's bring that in for you. There's the master button. Click the call master button and enjoy the extreme. Master control. You can set the pressure of the master button. Next. More functions unfolded here. If you're unsatisfied with the layout, you can press and hold any icon for more. Click more, and we have clear RAM, monitor, 10-cent accelerator, no calls, so no calls during your games and no alerts. Shark time, anti-mistouch, and settings. So here in the studio, you can kind of play around with that some. But every time I go into some other function, let's say I swipe out of this. Let's see if I can get out of this. The game goes back in. So if I open it back up, the triggers come out. As soon as I leave, the triggers go back in. So it's as simple as that. You can program the triggers to work for whatever you want. Like I said, I haven't done much gaming on here, even though I do game a little bit. Final Fantasy probably wouldn't be a good game to test out triggers for. Not being able to put another launcher on it, even with no streaming services, because I'm sure there'll be a workaround soon. I am down like 4 flats for this phone for now. That could be subject to change. I'm not ready to get rid of my Z Flip. It is a very novel device, and I'm going to do a follow-up video on it next week. I promise I'm going to get back to the Z Flip. I have been using it as my Android daily driver since I got it, so I still enjoy it. But I'm going to get back to it next week. I'm going to give it a spin. Daily driver, let's go. Bye, Mate 20X.